Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another outstanding episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And today is SummerSlam, WWE SummerSlam Night 2. And let me tell you, man, I was in attendance for SummerSlam Night 1, and I gotta say, it was definitely a vibe. It was definitely, a lot of great energy there. The crowd was amazing, and I'm looking forward to night 2. But first, we have to actually talk about the card. That's right. We have to give our own predictions as to what's going to happen, who's going to make an appearance, who's going to turn heel, who's going to turn face, what alliances may form, what alliances may break up. So, with that being said, before we get into it, I'm your host, that Ocean Crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. 4 continents down, 2 more to go. No cap, straight facts, worldwide starboy, Remy Blue. But it's not about me. You see, like I said, it's about SummerSlam Night 2. And we have 6 great matches, you know, ahead of us. And I just got to say, I was surprised. Me, growing up back in the day, being a wrestling fan, we used to end up going to bed till like 11 o'clock at night because the shows started at 8 o'clock. But now, and I like this, they're starting earlier and we're getting out earlier. They're ending earlier. So, SummerSlam ended at like around like I think say 9:30. And you still had time to go hit the club, hit the bar, go hit up, go hang with your homeboys or your homegirls and whatnot. You still had time to do other things. And I love that. So with that being said, joining us to give our predictions for SummerSlam Night 2 is a good friend of mine, a man who I've actually known since way before Ringside Side even started. Way before that. I mean, when I first went to Florida, he was one of the first friends I made. And man, once that friendship was formed, it was like the mega powers. We were just running wild all over the streets, up and down the streets of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I could tell you this, some of the stuff we said and did, we cannot say because one, today's generation is like, kind of too soft. And, I'm sorry, it is what it is. And, cancel culture. We're not trying to get canceled. We actually like doing what we do. But everybody, welcome to the show, my good friend Bobby Stryker. How you doing today, man?
Right, I'm ready for the show.
All right, yeah. Definitely, man. Definitely. So, Bobby, I gotta ask you, man. You saw SummerSlam Night 1 last night. What was your thought about it, man? What were your thoughts about it?
I thought every match was pretty good except the Tiffany versus Jade match. I thought that was kind of like whatever, but every other match was great.
The Tiffany versus Jade match was whatever. Bobby, you know you like Tiffany Stratton, man. Come on, why you playing? Why
Actually,
you playing? Why you capping?
I wanted Jade to win that. Honestly,
You wanted Jade to win?
yeah.
Oh, snap. Okay. Then take you for liking Jade. I know you liked you like Tiffany Stratton and stuff with other people. I didn't know you were. I know you're a fan of kind of a fan of Naomi, because she's your Florida. You might be a fan of them because she's your fellow Florida homegirl. But Jade, wait, Jade's from Florida too. Oh, never mind. I see it now.
From Boynton Beach, right?
I see the connection. Yeah, I see the connection. You're from Florida. She's from Florida. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I can see why now. I thought you would have gone for Tiffany Stratton, man. Tiffany time. With the she got all the pink going on and whatnot. Man,
Well, I did like Alexa and Charlotte one.
huh?
I did like the Alexa and Charlotte one.
Yeah, I had a feeling they would have won too.
Yeah.
I had a feeling they were gonna win, and like I said afterwards, this is gonna set up for their match against each other at WrestleMania 42, which is gonna be a classic. I always said, that that it would be a great thing to have. It would be a great match to have because Charlotte Flair is the only 4 horsewoman that Alexa Bliss has not beaten.
Do you think
She is the only
Alexa
one.
you want Alexa to get a win against her then?
What'd you say?
You want Alexa to have a win against Charlotte?
she might win if they because if they've only had two matches against each other.
Yeah.
They've had a match at what was it, Survivor Series when Charlotte was a champion on Raw, or I think she was she was a champion on SmackDown. Alexa was the champion on Raw, and they had another one. I think it was sometime in October. The same match where Finn Balor fought Roman Reigns as the Demon,
That's
which
where
hit.
that's when Charlotte tear up Lily, right?
Yeah, I think that may have been. Oh, geez, what was I forgot what that match was, but it was the same one that had. It was in October 2022, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was that match. It might have been. What was it again? It'll probably get back to me. But it was a match where she had the doll, and she was like, I think she was frothing at the mouth, but it didn't go the way Vince wanted it to go.
Yeah.
If those of y'all in the comment section, if y'all can remember that pay-per-view, please, please, please let me know. As a matter of fact, you know what? Bear with me. Let me just go ahead and Google. Google is our friend. Let's see. Oh, no, it was 2021. Okay, so I stand corrected. It was actually at Extreme Rules. That was the last time they fought,
Yeah.
and it was 2021. It was 2021. That's right after I got out of the Navy. I remember that. It was 2021. But yeah, I think the third time it's going to be a charm, and I think that it's going to be, you know, Alexa getting the W on this one. I just see it. Zach Minger, happy national. He said, "Happy National Watermelon Day." Um, Zach, why you had to do that now, man? Now I have a serious thing for watermelon now, man. Like I'm here. It's hot in this hot sun. You know, it's all crazy and whatnot. You know, I mean, weather's all humid as whatnot. Come on, Zach, how you gonna do now? Now I'm definitely gonna want to give me a slice of watermelon before I head to MetLife. But thanks for reminding us about that. Maybe I will get some watermelon. I should have got an ice cream sandwich yesterday too. All right, so yeah, yeah. So Bobby, did you see that Seth Rollins cash in happening though?
I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't think it was gonna happen that day though.
So I saw it coming, and I was like, I had I had like my eyes looking at the stage. I'm like, when is Seth gonna run out? When is Seth gonna do his thing? When is Seth gonna actually make his appearance? Because when I looked at it, I was like, there was no injury report that said he was gonna be out for a certain amount of time. There was no serious injury report. So I was like, okay, I think we're getting worked. And then lo and behold, he came out with the crutches, and I was like, I knew you were gonna pull something. And then he ran in and he fought CM Punk, and he got the win. But I know this for a fact. I think the next time they fight, I got a feeling CM Punk might get that win. I have a feeling that he's gonna get that win. We might just see it at WrestleMania. We might see CM. If so, here's what I'm gonna predict right now. Here is what I am going to predict. WrestleMania 42 is going to be either one or two matches. Either going to be Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Are we going to end this bickering between the two of them? And Seth's going to get his ass beat. Seth can't beat CM Punk. I'm sorry, Seth cannot beat CM Punk one-on-one in a match.
He's done it already.
Yeah, by in a cage match.
Still,
But I'm talking one-on-one, no interference. Seth is not winning that match. You know, I mean, Seth can't even beat Gunther. I'm gonna say it. Seth cannot beat. You think Seth wants that smoke?
he
I
never
would
fought
be sorry
Gunther.
for him.
He never fought Gunther.
Yeah, and he would get his ass beat. I could already picture Seth's chest having all those red marks, those what the red stripes from all
I'm
the
kind of
chops he's
biased.
taken.
I don't like CM Punk, so I never did.
But I hope what they do with this stable, I hope the next step for Paul Heyman and the gang is they get those tag team titles and they get a fourth man and get that the IC championship, because really and truly I always say the best stable to have is a stable that has all the gold. And that's what the bloodline kind of did. And that's what I hope Paul Heyman's group did. Paul Heyman's
Judgment,
group.
they did it.
Huh?
Judgment, they did it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They had all the belts. Everybody had belts. So we'll see. We'll see how this group with Paul Heyman does. It'll be, it'll be very interesting. A lot, and the great thing about it is all three of those men can headline a WrestleMania. I know all three of them could.
They done it.
Look at the Shield. The Shield. You can't tell me the Shield was not. All three of those men couldn't be headliners, but they are. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, man, that was crazy last night. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. That was another great one too. I enjoyed. I had a feeling that Kross would have won, but Sami Zayn pulled off. I think it's time Sami Zayn gets a world title run too, man. I hope it happens for him.
I like to see Sammy turn heel again.
Yeah, but he's okay as a heel. But let's be honest, Sami Zayn is more enjoyable. A lot of people are better as a heel, but Sami Zayn just one of those that he's better off as a face, man.
Yeah.
He's a happy guy. He's better off as a face, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead with this card. I think we're missing one more match to talk about that we talked about last night. What was it? It was Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. What do you think about that match?
I'm surprised they made Jelly Roll get pinned, honestly. I thought he was going to win.
Yeah, I thought Jelly Roll was gonna get that win too, but yeah, Logan Paul got that win against Randy Orton. And yeah. I want to see a Randy. I hope, what I want to see next? I'd like to see next Randy Orton versus Logan Paul. I want to see that happen.
Yeah.
Um, and for the love of everything, I'm sorry, but I don't really care for Drew McIntyre. The guy is just boring to me. I'm like, this guy, like,
I thought you were a Drew fan, though.
huh?
I thought you liked Drew.
No, I was never a Drew McIntyre fan.
You weren't?
No, no, never was a Drew McIntyre fan. I'm a Cody Rhodes fan. I have as a matter of fact, I met his mom and his nephews. Who y'all? Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Y'all go follow Wyatt and Wayne Rhodes. I saw those guys in action last Friday at House of Glory here in New York. Those guys have a great future ahead of them. And I got to meet them yesterday. Two of the coolest guys I've seen, most humble guys. I met Mama Rhodes. I got a picture with all of them. I'll post up on my Instagram. But man, hold on. Let me show y'all something. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. I can't wait to rock this. I'm not gonna rock it tonight. Maybe I should rock it. I got my SummerSlam tee on, but I don't know. I'll see. But I got a Rhodes Mother of a Nightmare t-shirt from Mama Rhodes. And I got it signed as well too. So yeah, man. I can't wait to rock this, bro. I can't wait. But I got to meet them last night. Yesterday at WrestleCon. And that was another story that I'm gonna save for later. But yeah, man. So now we got. Oh, what about the Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed match? What do you think about that?
Pretty good.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I thought Roman would have got his shoes back, but I guess he's like, yeah, you can keep those, man. You know,
He had those J's on.
huh?
He had those J's on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Jay. I got a feeling Jay Uso told him to put them J's on, yo. I got. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Jimmy and Jay, they said they taught. Apparently, they said there was an interview where they said they taught that man how to dress because there was an interview where I think Jay or one, I think both of them they were in a picture, and you know the Usos they're gonna be decked out in their stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you got Roman Reigns in some, I think a floral shirt or some button down shirt, shorts, and some dress shoes with no socks. And they put my boy's business out there, yo. And they were like, man, we taught that man address. And they put up a picture. They put up that picture, and I'm like, yo, y'all flaw for that one, yo. Y'all mad flaw, yo. Real talk. But anyways, yo, let's get into night two, man. Night two, that was night one. We got night two coming up, and we got 6 matches, man. And we gonna talk about them. We gonna give our predictions, and then we gonna give a general prediction afterwards. Bobby, you know how we do. You know what it is already. You've been on here, a long time now. So the first match we have is a triple threat match for the women's world championship. It's going to be the defending champion Naomi versus Rhea Ripley, the Eradicator, versus Io Sky, the Genius of the Sky. Bobby, who you got for this one?
I think Naomi's gonna keep it. She just got it for one reason, and I think that they need to let her have it for a little bit longer. But yeah, I can't see. I see it's gonna be a good match because they always have good match between them. But yeah, I'm going with Naomi on this one.
Okay. Yeah, honestly speaking, it's a hard one to go with, but I think Naomi's going to retain. I don't see her losing it. She has a great run. You know, I hope she ends up, going to Crown Jewel as a champion. And you know something, quite frankly, I always said um if it was Naomi versus Stephanie and Stephanie wins, because and I'm just thinking out ahead here. If Naomi wins and she goes up against Stephanie, if Stephanie wins, I hope Tiffany ends up winning at Crown Jewel which is in Australia, because just think about it. Tiffany, and I said this, I was talking to somebody about this yesterday. Tiffany, her whole thing is about being bougie, right? And when you're bougie, you have luxury items. And a diamond is a luxury jewel. So it's a luxury jewel. So why not have Tiffany be associated with Crown Jewel, with the Crown Jewel Championship, Crown Jewel Women's Championship? So I think that'd be good. But if Naomi wins, I'd rather if Naomi manages to win this and then also defeat Stephanie Vicker. I hope that she actually goes on to win Crown Jewel, because she deserves it, man. She's been there for a long time. You know, she's paid her dues. I see, let the woman be the Crown Jewel, man. Let the woman win the Crown Jewel Championship. So I'm gonna go with Naomi to win this match. She's gonna pull it off. She's gonna find some crafty way to pull it off. So the next match we have, oh, this one's gonna be crazy. It's a no disqualification, no count out, last chance match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. And it's gonna be the defending champion, the man, Becky Lynch, versus Lyra Valkyria. The stipulation here is if Lynch wins, Valkyria can no longer challenge for the title as long as Lynch is champion. Okay, that's interesting. Bobby, you got for this one?
I'm going with Becky Lynch on this one.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Lyra Valkyria. I'm gonna go. The reason why is because I don't think she's ready to go after the main title yet. Even though she's actually held the NXT Championship already, but I don't think she's ready just yet. But I could tell you one thing: that woman's definitely gonna be the face of WWE. I could see her doing that. You know what she kind of reminds me of. I know this might be a long stretch. Paige or Soraya, whatever, whichever name she's going by now. But she reminds me so much of her. She has that dark appearance to her. It would be kind of interesting to see both of them do it.
So we haven't seen the attitude from her yet.
Huh?
We haven't seen the attitude from her yet, like Paige had.
It'll be there. It'll get there soon. I think it'll get there soon. Just give it time. I would like to see if Paige ever resigns the WWE. I wouldn't mind seeing them do a tag team or even do like a manager wrestler type thing. That'd be pretty awesome.
I can see
But
Paige managing wrestling.
go ahead. What you said?
I can see Paige managing, but not wrestling.
That'd be great too. That wouldn't be bad. That would not be bad. Not everybody's great on the mic. That's where managers come in. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Lara Valkyrie to win this one. All right, so the next match we have is a steel cage match for the WWE United States Championship. It's going to be the defending champion, Solo Sikoa, versus Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. So we got the problem, Solo Sikoa, the tribal chief or the former tribal chief heir versus the Samoan werewolf. The man who tells you, get in where you fit in, Jacob Fatu. You know what I mean? I know I said that wrong. Going at it in a steel cage match. Bobby, you got for this one?
I'm going Solo, even though it's in a steel cage. I still think MFT is going to get involved in this match somehow, because they could always be on the outside of the ring and distract Jacob. But I'm going Solo on this.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with. Oh man, this is kind of tough. Wait, I thought they were. Oh, I forgot. Why did I think Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso were going to team up at SummerSlam? Oh, jeez. I think Solo's gonna pull it off. He's gonna get his ass kicked. He's gonna get his ass beat. But I think Solo's definitely gonna pull out this win somehow. Because remember, although you got there's Tama Tonga, and JC Mateo. I got a feeling that tonight we might see the return of Tama Tonga. But
And Tom,
what am I saying? Tama Tonga. You got JC Mateo, Tala Tonga, and Tonga Loa versus and we might see the return of Tama Tonga. But why couldn't they just call all those guys, like, just have them have the last name Tonga? I don't mix it. I don't get it. Like, so confusing, kind of.
it's the
But
blue.
yeah, I think Solo's gonna pull this is gonna pull this one off. So the next match we have is a 6-pack tables, ladders, and chairs match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. And it's going to be the defending champions, the Wyatt Six, which are Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy, defending their championship against Andrade and Rey Fenix versus DIY, which is Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, versus Fraxium, which are the tag team of Axiom and Nathan Frazier, versus the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, versus the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. What you got for this one, Bobby?
This match I was thinking about last night, actually. I think that the Street Profits are going to win. I want DIY to win, but I think Street Profits are going to win. But I really think this is going to be one of these matches where people get hurt. Because 12 guys in one ring, it seems, with ladders and chairs and tables. It's going to be a crazy match.
Yeah.
I'm going with Street Profits.
I'm gonna go with I think the Wyatt Six are gonna retain. I'm gonna go with them. They're gonna pull this off. I don't see them dropping those titles soon. And plus, you have to remember they're not called Wyatt Six for a reason. Yeah, there's several other tag teams, and Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano have Candice LeRae in their corner, and and so on. But in Street Profits might have beef having their corner, but you gotta remember to the Wyatt Six, they have backup. They have four more guys. Well, they have four more people in their corner. They have um, Uncle Howdy. They have Eric, not Eric. Bobby, help me out. Your mind is
Eric
kind of
Rowan.
better.
Eric
Eric
Rowan.
Rowan, and they have
Nikki
Nikki
Cross.
Cross. Well, Eric Rowan is rambling rabbit. Dexter Loomis is Mercy the Buzzard. Joe Gacy is Huskus the Pig Boy, and Nikki Cross is Abby the Witch. They have those four. They have that. That's the crew right there. So they could get involved with that, and I see them getting involved, and it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna go with Wyatt Six to retain, which I'm cool with. I mean, you know, I don't mind them being tag team champions. So I skipped over one match on the card. There was, and I shouldn't have done this because this guy is actually one of my favorites that in WWE, and I'm talking about the singles match for WWE Intercontinental Championship. It's going to be the defending champion, Dirty Dom, Dominic Mysterio, defending against AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Bob, you got for this one?
I'm gonna go AJ. Then build this up for a while. AJ getting rid of Dominic's skin. I think AJ gonna take the win.
Okay. Man, it hasn't been a great day for Judgment Day so far because, Dominic, of course, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, they lost the tag team titles last night. I think AJ Styles is going to take this championship. I think he's gonna finally get the win. This is gonna be Dominic Mysterio's biggest challenge, and it's gonna be in the form of AJ Styles, who is a 20+ year veteran. So I see AJ Styles getting this win. The next match we have is the main event. The main event, the one everybody's gonna be watching closely, that's gonna have everybody on their seats. It's gonna be a street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship. It's gonna be the defending champion, John Cena, versus, Big Match John, the Doctor of Thugonomics, versus the American Nightmare, the grandson of a plumber, the son of the American Dream, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. I said American Nightmare twice. My bad. I got excited there. Two of my favorites going head to head. Man, it's gonna be it. Bobby. Who you got for? I know who you're gonna pick, Bobby. And if you if you pick who I think you're not, who I think you're, if you don't pick who I think, if you don't pick who I think you're gonna pick, I'm gonna be very surprised. But go ahead.
John Cena.
I knew it. I knew
I'll
you.
tell you. I tell you what though. I think it's gonna be a whole fight. I'll tell you that.
You stay hating on Cody Rhodes, man. But
No,
it's all good though, man.
I thought Cody's gonna beat John Cena the first time they fought.
What?
Yeah,
Shoots.
I said Cody Rhodes. Remember?
It's okay, Bobby. I knew you never like Cody. Come on, man.
I
Come on, don't.
I like Cody a lot more than I used to like him. I'll tell you that. I like blonde hair Cody better than dark hair Cody.
Okay, okay.
And I think that Cody, I think he's gonna lose, and he's gonna at the end he's gonna shake John Cena's hand, and I think he's going to be the new heel. I think he's going to turn heel, and John Cena's going
Mm.
to stay face. That's what I
I,
think. Sir.
I thought I was the only one that saw that because when I saw them talking the other night, 2 nights ago, John Cena said, you know, by the way, I'm gonna go with John Cena to retain. I don't think he's gonna lose. I think you know John Cena is gonna lose this title as a face. I don't see him losing it as a heel. To who? I don't know, but I think he's gonna win. He's gonna win this. He's gonna win this. But if you ask me, Bobby, and be honest, when you saw 2 weeks ago, when you saw them having that contract signing, did you not get a hint of heel antics from Cody?
Yeah, definitely. Cody usually ain't like that. He's usually very calm, but
Yeah,
something came over him. He just snapped.
yeah. So I'm thinking that after I saw that, I was like, this is some real heelish stuff Cody's doing. I mean, he attacks John Cena, brings him back into the ring, and forces him to sign the championship.
Johnny, he did not want to fight him. He just wasn't ready to fight him.
Yeah. And John Cena was calm. He was like, you're going to get your match, da, 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 yada, yada, yada. And then, he left the ring, and then Cody attacked him. And then, when John Cena was knocked out, had him, he pretty much grabbed his hand and made him sign the contract. I think Cody's gonna lose though. I think that we're gonna see a bit of a heel turn from him, which will be very interesting. But yeah, I think Cody's definitely gonna I don't see Cody winning this championship. Although if he does, I wouldn't mind either. But yeah, I don't see John Cena losing this at all. All right, so that's the card. Those are all 6 matches. So I gotta ask you, Bobby. In regards to the um the card itself, do you have any general predictions?
Nothing more than what I said. I
For
hope return or somebody, but I don't know if anybody's ready to come back yet. That's been out besides Seth Rollins.
Okay. Um, in regards to the general predictions, I don't have really any, except for I know that if Dominic Mysterio loses tonight, we're gonna see more dissension in the ranks of, well, not necessarily dissension, but we're gonna see a lot of gloating from Finn Balor saying that, hey, you guys went to SummerSlam and lost your titles. At least we still, me and JD McDonough, we still have ours. We still have our tag team championships, and we're still thriving, and we're still we're still the reason Judgment Day is on top. But lo and behold, wait, Judgment Day still have this. Oh yeah, they still have the tag team titles. I thought they lost them. But lo and behold, who comes in for a tag team championship shot? The new tag team of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. And they're gonna get those titles, and now all 3 members of that stable, whatever stable they're gonna call themselves, are champions.
Yeah,
So I see that happening.
Balor and JD can't take those two guys.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, dude, they have backup. They have Dominic Mysterio, and they have the girls with them too.
The girls
That's
are
another. That's
girls.
something Paul Heyman needs to learn. Heyman needs to learn how to get some females up in his stables, man. You know,
They should bring Becky over there. I don't know why they. She's Seth Rollins' wife. I mean, that could work.
if Paul Heyman wants to, he could bring in he could have that wouldn't be a bad thing though. If Paul Heyman were to actually get into Raquel Gonzalez's head to leave the Judgment Day, that wouldn't be a bad thing.
We're not,
Because if you look at it, right?
we're not
You,
the more get back because Roxanne's with them now. And she don't like Roxanne.
yeah, but they could find a common ground. But here's the thing though. What if Paul Heyman the night before would it be like, hey, you wrestled last night. You didn't even have it. They didn't even have give you any backup. They just stood in the back and just in catering, just stuffing their faces, watching you and Roxanne fail. Why don't you join Team Heyman? I worked with your father or her stepfather. She's related to the Giant Gonzalez. Raquel is that? Yeah, her stepdad was Giant Gonzalez. You remember Giant Gonzalez, right?
Guy's 8 foot tall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, R.I.P. Giant Gonzalez. But yeah, she was actually related to him. I think that was her stepdad. And matter of fact, let me look that up and see. Um Give me a second. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to confirm it. But yeah, I believe she was her stepdad was hold on. Give me I just wanna see if because I don't want to say something like um and then people go saying, "Oh, but Remy said this," and then she gets word of it,
Yeah.
and next thing you know, they're like, because I believe in journalistic integrity. That's why I don't whatever I read on dirt sheets, I don't normally say. Let me see something real quick. Hold on, give me a second. 1 second, y'all. For those of y'all watching, okay, my apologies. I don't know where I got that from. Okay, um, she's not related to Giant Gonzalez. I thought I read somewhere, and this is why you see y'all should not believe everything you see because certain websites. I saw it somewhere, but I guess that was one of those parody websites or that or somebody that just wants to get um likes for that just wants to get clicks for likes or engagement or whatever. I thought it was something that said that was her stepfather. No, but still, Paul Heyman could always get into her head and say, "Hey, they never, you have so much potential." And Paul Heyman always manages those big, intimidating people, those big, intimidating, wrestlers like that. That look like they could whoop your ass in a street fight, and um, you could have like him saying, "Hey, you have so much potential," but they never backed you and Roxanne up, and you're way more than a tag team wrestler. Come join us. And then next thing she turns on Judgment Day. It could happen. It could happen. You could see it earlier in the day, on Raw. Paul Heyman caught up with, Raquel Gonzalez, Raquel Rodriguez. It's happened before. Those earlier in the day things. Earlier today, we saw a meeting between such and such, you know. But yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of gloating from Finn Balor and JD McDonough because they're now the only ones that have tag team titles. And well, for now, unless Dom retains. And honestly speaking, I think other than that, we're gonna like I said, if Cody Rhodes loses tonight, we're gonna see a heel Cody Rhodes. That's what we're gonna see. And that's all I can think. And probably general predictions we're gonna see, you know, Solo if we're gonna see Solo Sikoa's stable back in full force. But that's all I have right now. So with that being said, that's the card for night two. Thank you very much for those of y'all. If y'all, those of y'all that are watching and listening, if you have your own predictions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And let us know who you think is going to win or what you think is going to happen. Wrestling's not predictable, and we're gonna try to have some polls up on Twitter later on today, so that you can actually choose, who's going to win or who's going to lose in what match they have going on today, and that's pretty much a show. So, Bobby, I gotta say, man, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us once again. I know it was last minute, but we really and truly appreciate it. No, people, I did not fire Rob and Kathy. They're still here, but they just have some personal matters to attend to. But they will be back. You have my word on that. And with that being said, Bobby, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling?
Um, Mafia 1028 on Twitter and Bobby Striker at TwistTV.com.
Awesome. Make sure you follow this guy, man. He's really cool. If you want to find me on social media, and with that being said, it's about before I give you all my socials. Well, it's. I just gotta say that's the show. I'm really excited for night two. With that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. It's a nice day outside, and my stomach is rumbling. That means it's time for me to get some lunch and also enjoy the day. More importantly, get over to MetLife and enjoy SummerSlam. Can't wait, man. Night two, I'll be there in full effect. But if you want to follow me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a lot of cool places. You can definitely find me on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok at the Remy Blue. You can also find me on Blue Sky at remyblue.bsky.social. You can also find me on Facebook under the alias Remy Blue, and our podcast also on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram and Blue Sky all across the board. It's at Ringside Society. You can also find us on Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're on Facebook in the Facebook group. We're also on Spotify, and we're also on Teespring, where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We have T-shirts, we have tank tops, we have hoodies. No, we have T-shirts and we have sweatshirts. We don't have tank tops yet. We're still thinking about that one, but we also have coffee mugs. So definitely check out our Teespring store. We have several. We have 3 designs up right now. We have more that we're going to be launching real soon. And last but not least, we have a YouTube channel where you can see cool interviews like the ones we had with Minor, with Manny's content, our SummerSlam Night 1 predictions. This episode, our SummerSlam Night 2 predictions, you can find them all on YouTube. And to see them, it's really simple. It's not rocket science. It's not even pre-algebra. Just go on YouTube and type in Ringside Society. And once you see that really good-looking dark blue and light blue, yin yang sign with the blue flames around it, that's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. With that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuning in live tonight. Thank you very much. We really and truly appreciate you. We strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could, should, and would listen to. And we're also one of the realest wrestling podcasts, and we're not going to stop being that. So, we're here for y'all. To those y'all that To those of you that are going to listen later on, we get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we would just stop what we're doing and just go away. Well, like myself at the Golden Corral, we're not going anywhere for a while. With that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we're very well and aware. We see it. I'm sure even Bobby sees it all the way from San Diego. That everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hashtag, we are not the same. With that being said, you know something? I'm going to change it up a bit. Me, Rob Bass and Kathy Knight said, but Bobby, you and I have been rocking since 2005 for 20 years. I'm gonna let you have this part. Hey, yo, Bobby, the Eminem to my Royce the 5'9", and the Sean Spence to my Burton Guster. One time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for SummerSlam Night 2. What type of podcast are we?
A wrestling fan podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. We'll be back later on this week. As a matter of fact, we'll be back later on this week with another impressive guest, one of the greatest Macho Man cosplayers of all time. The Machoverse will be joining us. So he'll be on our show, this Thursday. So we have that coming up. So with that being said, until then, we just have 4 favors for y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and enjoy wrestling. We out. Peace.